father for infidelity. And I'd always thought if you could just forgive him, our family would stay together. A couple months after we got married, he looked at me and said, I never had fun. Literally, he backslid for 5 years. One of his girlfriends came to my job to confront me because she found out about me. And I'd be like, chick, I'm the wife.
Clip from Latarius is going viral. And I'm pretty sure Latarius probably clipped that because he knew people were going to, in particular, women were going to be like, hell no, right? What the hell, right? And so he just went on to put that out here like that. But when you go and listen to the interview in context, it's about ending family curses or generational curses. I believe that's how they word it. And she starts out by saying that her mother divorced her father over infidelity, right? And so she said that she felt like she wished her father would have been there in the house with them. And so she felt like she would not do that to her husband. And so that is why she continued to stay with this man, right? And I just feel like, and this is me, my opinion, that's what you get over here, my opinion. I feel like something's missing from the story, but I always feel like stuff is missing from these stories, and it would make sense for people to leave certain things out. I get that, but you definitely could tell there's some things missing from the story when you sit through the entire interview. But yeah, that they're talking about generational curses. That's a real conversation, but everybody got caught up in her saying that she was ironing his clothes for him to go out and cheat on her. Another thing that they also said, I think that factors into a lot of what her conversation was about, was the fact that they were real young. I believe they said in their early 20s. So they got married in their early 20s. I believe they have 3 children, so she may have had 1, 2, or all 3 of those children by the time she realized he was doing all this cheating. And so, yeah, that was going to make a difference in her leaving as well, right? The fact that she had the children, even if she had one of them at that time when she found out that he was cheating. Because she also says that, and this is the part that was like, that I probably would have been gone myself, is when she said one of his girlfriends came to her job and said she just was coming to her job to see who she was. Kind of like the crazy lady right now who went after this man's wife, talking about she was ICE. Like when people start doing crazy stuff to where it becomes dangerous and you could possibly lose your life behind it, then you have to really think about that relationship. Like, is this more important than my life? Is this more important than my children's life? You see? And that's when stuff like that comes into the conversation. Like I said, it was a lot of stuff that they didn't dwell on, and that the conversation, you could tell things were left out. Because, she said that happened and some woman came to her job. She also said she was a 911 operator for many years, so I'm assuming that's what she was doing. But they also both admitted that they were not in the church at this time. Like, they were both really young when they met and got married, and they were not in the church. And I believe he was in the streets, even though they didn't say it like that. Like I said, you could tell a lot of stuff was left out because he would end up getting arrested for robbery, for attempted robbery or a robbery of a bank. And she said that she was the operator that actually took the call. And so when she was talking about that, and then he was caught, like I said, things felt left out. I believe he did some time. And so he was locked up and she was still married to him, right? So she probably, maybe she felt like that was going to slow him down. And I believe he stated that once he was arrested, and I don't know, because like I said, they didn't say if he did time or not. Because even for attempted robbery, you will end up getting some type of time. So he decided that he was going to become a minister. And I don't know if that was after he got out or, just at the point of him looking for work or whatever. And she's a minister as well. And so maybe she felt like that was something she always wanted to do. So they both became ministers. And so that could have been a part of it as well. Maybe she felt like, I need to have a husband. I got these kids. I need to have a husband. I want to go into the ministry. In order for me to set an example for other people, I need to have a family structure. And so maybe that could have played into why she didn't leave him as well. I just felt like it was a lot of stuff that was unsaid. But yeah, go over and watch the full interview, because a lot of people are just caught up on her saying that about ironing the clothes. But yeah, he should have put the one out about the woman coming to her job, because that would have definitely had a lot of people talking as well. But let me know what you guys think about this conversation. If you guys want to chime in on what she was saying, if you actually listened to the full conversation, because he said it too, that he noticed that through a barbershop type conversation, that his grandfather and his father both were womanizers. Like, his grandfather had a lot of women going, back and forth, and then his father had 10 kids with 6 different women. And so he felt like it was something that he needed to end, because he didn't want his son to take that path as well. So he wanted to set a better example for his children and for the future generations, right? And so, like I said, the conversation is really about generational curses. So let me know what y'all think about the topic, what y'all think about, her saying she was ironing his clothes, but she knew she was ironing his clothes for him to go cheat on her. And that God gave her grace to just kind of stick in there. However, he also said something that I picked up on, because he said that the wife actually was bleaching his clothes. She was bleaching his clothes stuff, and they were actually getting into it. So she was pushing back on the affairs and stuff, right? But you can't control another human being. People are going to do what they're going to do. It's about what you're going to do in that situation. So I think that's what they were trying. That's really the core of what they were trying to say. That's what I took from it. Let me know what y'all took from it if you guys heard the full interview in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.